Good evening. Welcome to Wizards Outlook. As always, we got Cardo Dudley Jr., Raymond Lyons, Wilson Tarpe Jr., and again, it's Wizards Outlook. The Washington Wizards fell to the Charlotte Hornets 114-104. All right, Ray or Cardell, who wants to get started first? You guys can't wait to talk about this riveting contest.
To me, the difference in the game was second half 3-point shooting. I think the Wizards was like 2 for 18 in the second half, something like that. They shot 27% from deep. They kind of reverted back to depending on the three too dang much like we saw early in the season. 10 for 37. Y'all know y'all ain't got it, man. It's no reason to keep forcing it. They dominated points in the paint. They had 56 and Charlotte had 36. Why not, keep going to that mix? But I get it. Biombo was down there and Cody Zeller, they were down there beating stuff. So, it is what it is, man. I also felt like they couldn't do nothing with Gordon Hayward, Terry Rozier, and they really picked on Denny, especially down the stretch. It was bad. They picked on Washington's bigs, and this is where you notice they really need Gafford to heal up very fast because they picked on Denny. They just cooked him. And then, what Miles Bridges did to Robin Lopez is beyond disrespectful. But y'all, crossovers. I don't know why dudes feel like when you close out on dudes, it's okay to turn around when they drive one way. You're asking to look silly. You're not even taught that fundamentally sound, with fundamentally sound defense. But who am I to judge? But I feel like Washington, at least they fought, because the way the Hornets got hot in spurts, it could have ended ugly, like what we saw come out of All-Star break. They need Bill back. They need Bill. They need Gafford back. They need a full team. Because even with LaMelo out, he's a rookie. The Hornets still pretty much got their full team from last year. They used to, with Gordon Hayward. So they can still maintain, and they still have a lot of firepower to do what they want to do as far as scoring wise. And with Biombo down there looking like how he looked, with blocks and stuff, when he, with 3 blocks and altering countless other shots, they held him down defensively. Rui on one. We just got to call it what it is. He's definitely the third option now. There ain't no question about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he might be next year coming here like, Scott Brooks. I need to be number 2. You know what I'm saying? He might come in there on some stuff like that because he hooping, man, and he's efficient. That's what I was saying. He's a 3-level scorer. I would have loved to see him rebound a little bit more, but he got it done, especially on the night. I know Russell Westbrook had another triple-double, but he was off on the field, which is what you can expect because he's a streaky shooter. He's not a great shooter at all. He's streaky. When he's on, he's on. When he's not, he's not. He had 5 turnovers, which is his average. Hutchinson, kind of came back down to earth and kind of crashed a little bit with the fatigue, 1 for 6. Jerome Robinson put some points on the board. I think he's been struggling real bad on the last couple games. But, they just ain't have enough firepower to try to match what the Hornets was doing. That's where you miss Bill at. And obviously the athleticism to get, the alter shots, alter some of the things that the Hornets were doing, especially on closeouts and switching and stuff like that. The Hornets really picked on the Wizards bigs. Once they got past the first line, the guards and stuff like that, all they did was just ISO the bigs and just cook them. And I think that was the difference in the game.
Go ahead, Ray.
Yeah, man. I was happy to see Rui, play the way he played. He's still very aggressive, but not out of control or anything, which he isn't anyway. But yeah, man, it's good to see him continue to grow into his role, and and like Cardell said, they were just shorthanded, man, and where they were shorthanded was crippling. Of course, it's not too much you can expect with the league's leading scorer out the game, and then how we've been talking about what Gafford has been giving them, and to suddenly be without it again. I mean, then it's just back to business as usual, man. Just very little presence on the interior on both ends. Then you can you can run pick and rolls with Gafford and just do different things with him. So yeah, they definitely need him to get back ASAP, just so they can kind of regain some footing here before things spiral out of control too much. But they did fight. They were scrapping. You would see the lead kind of ticking up a little bit, and then the Wizards just shrinking back down. They just didn't have enough to finish. In the first half, they gave up 64. Then they held them to 50 in the second half. I mean, that's like 25 points in a quarter is really used to be like, kind of almost too much.
Hell yeah.
but today that's, that's considered good, because 25 full quarters, that's 100, and teams are routinely in the 120s. So I mean, yeah, just a couple plays here and there where they just need to make something positive happen, and they weren't able to do it. Yeah, they need Gafford back, man. But it's good to see Russ kind of rounded back in the form a little bit. Like he's getting his legs back. Like I don't remember the last time he actually dunked on somebody. So yeah, that's going to be interesting, man. Just to see him continue to to get back to his old self down the stretch. And even not to get too far ahead, but looking forward to next year when they have a full off season and everybody's healthy. They're interesting, man. They're interesting.
It's never a dull day, is it, man?
Right. But again, this wasn't it wouldn't be too far-fetched to expect them to have won this game tonight. Just a couple plays. A couple plays here and there, and this is a totally different situation. And like you brought up, Cardell, they had the advantage on offense with points in the paint, but they still managed to get up 37 threes. Rethink a couple of those possessions, and you never know. But yeah, baby steps, man. I'm not expecting them to turn around and be a perfect team overnight, but yeah, just steady improvement, clean some things up, and they should be all right.
And before you get started, Wilson, the Wizards sent out that Daniel Gafford has been diagnosed with a right ankle sprain, as we all saw following an MRI exam. And Gafford, who suffered an injury in last night's game against Indiana, will be reevaluated in 10 days. So hopefully in that 10 days, they giving him round-the-clock treatment so he can bounce back. They're going to need it because they actually have, like, the next 5 games, they have a few winnable games in that stretch. So they going to hold the fort down until he get back. Then they, still in that play-in, lower seed playoff mix. Try to go on a run. Make it happen.
Yeah, and to piggyback off the Gafford news, like you said, is reevaluated in 10 days. Mm-hmm. If we start the count from tomorrow, and give it a couple days, that'll be the weekend of the 10th and the 11th, right? For a possible return if he's for the most positive outcome. He's reevaluated in 10 days and he's able to come back. That would be a stretch. Again, that's on the 10th and 11th. They would be on the road. It would be at the Suns and Jazz. It'd be Warriors, Suns, Jazz on the road if he were to return. And again,
they need him to be on that Paul Pierce. They need that Paul Pierce in game 1 of the finals. They need him to come out. Yeah. Right. They need that. Whatever they did to Paul, they need to do that to him.
Yeah, because that's a tough stretch they'd have coming up. Yeah. And to close out the homestand, like to get a day off tomorrow. Then you got the Pistons up next. Then it's, 1 on, 1 off, that schedule. Pistons, Mavericks, Raptors, Magic, like Cardell said, some winnable games. And then you're on the road. Well, I'm sorry. Yeah, so the last home game for this homestand is Dallas, which is on Saturday. After that, they start they'll be on the road for a while. So again, to close out this homestand, you have an opportunity. It's it's up to them. Like you said, a couple winnable games. If you guys have anything else to add, slide on to the questions, to the comments rather. Or did y'all? That's cool. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and get there. Let me find these. Get these ready. So it's a fun part of the program. Just once again, thank you for commenting. To all of you that watch, we truly appreciate it. And don't forget, you can comment on Twitter, Facebook, even here on Instagram. If it is Instagram, I'll be able to see it and relay the message to Cardell and Ray. If it's on Facebook and Twitter, we'll definitely be able to see it. And I know most of you comment on YouTube. So again, thank you guys for doing so. Please continue to do so. We'll continue to share your comments. The first one of the day, we got 4 from Derek Johnson. What is a Scott Brooks coach team known for? He's been here for 5 years, and I still don't know what the identity of a Brooks team or style of play.
Well, Derek, I'm not even sure he knows, except for a team that he just wants to. He wants a team to compete. He's always been preaching that. But when you pretty much have had a different team every year, combined with some heavy injuries to not just key players, franchise players, it's hard to establish an identity, man. It is what it is. At that point, you scrambling. You just trying to win games. But he wants a hard working, hard playing team. He's been preaching that from day one. That's the style he wants of. I don't understand why y'all expecting this dude to be Red Auerbach, Phil Jackson, Greg Popovich, and he don't have anything close to the talent that they had. It's just it's not realistic, man. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I really don't know. I really don't know what y'all expecting this man to do, man. Like, if he let's look the stuff he's had to endure the last 5 years. If he had somehow managed to guide them to a championship or something like that, he's the greatest coach ever. Like, it's not even a question. We ain't even doing this. It's over. He got the crown, bro. Because it's one thing to see it, on TV and stuff, but when you see all the drama behind the scene, you see the injuries and dudes just in past years just not taking this serious enough, just BSing and unprofessionalism, not working out like they should and all that. Like, it's, man, look, man. And they were kind of coddled by the old GM who didn't really get on them. It's because he was worried about keeping his own job. It's a lot, y'all. It's a lot, man. You know what I'm saying? So, look, man, he's far from what I'm looking at. At some point in time across the league, y'all gotta stop overlooking the players. They're the ones on the floor. When things go right, they're the ones quick to say, it's a players' league. It's us. We're the ones. We're us. It's us. Me. Us. Cool. So when things go bad, why aren't they so quick to say the same thing? They're not so quick to say us. Me. So we gotta look at the players, man. You know when it's a coach, when they just out there looking crazy, nothing fits, nothing flows. It just looks like confusion on the court. But these guys are actually trying. You can tell when it's a coach. That's not the case with Brooks. Even when a lot of this season, when they lost and stuff like that, it was most of those games they fought back from big deficits, and by the time they fought back, they were done. So the team just regrouped and took them out. That's coaching. That means they still playing hard for him. That means they're responding. He can still reach them. So he's not the problem. They just got to get some more talent on the floor, and these guys got to bring it. They got to execute.
Ray, did you want to chime in, or you good?
I mean, if you look at the team that he had last year, what would you expect the identity to be? Like, they were terrible. I mean, and like Cardell brought up, man, it's the shuffling of personnel since he's been here. He had what? They had what, 2 years where people were reasonably healthy, and the rest of it has just been in shambles. So, I mean, it's only so much he could do. You know, that's like telling somebody to build a house with a screwdriver and a hammer, and that's it. Like, what you want the man to do? He don't have a whole lot to work with.
And from Anthony Tony, are you guys okay if Brooks' contract is renewed? Ray, you can start off with this one.
Yeah, why not? First of all, if they don't renew it, it's not like people won't be lining up to take this job. And then like this year is a wash, man, for a lot of reasons. So I don't think, I wouldn't be shocked or upset or anything if they renewed him. Would he want to be renewed? That man probably pulling his hair out every night. So to answer the question, I'm okay if they renewed him. I don't see any reason not to, but we'll see how that goes. It's never a dull moment in this league when those type of decisions are being made.
Cardell?
Man, I'm not against it. I mean, give him some talent. Give him a fair shot to really do something with it. When he had a fairly, healthy roster, they made the playoffs. They lost to the Toronto Raptors. You know what I mean? At that time, we were saying, hey, just get some more depth on the bench. Next thing you know, Oubre gone. That's when Wall injuries started, the major injuries started, and all that. Like, I don't even think he had a full 2 years with Wall and Bill healthy. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, it is what it is, man. Give him some time. Give him some talent with the organization that's currently constructed under Tommy, where he's more focused on getting guys in here that are professional and actually about doing their damn jobs on the floor and off the floor. You know what I'm saying? Doing all that stuff like that. Give him a shot. It ain't got to be a big deal. Give him a 2-year deal, see what he do with it. But you also got to do your job and give him something to work with as well. And by that time, you'll know if he need to stay on board or not. You know what I'm saying? Because let's be real. It ain't like Phil Jackson is out there looking to coach again. It's just not, I mean, you just going to be moving laterally anyway. So it is what it is.
All right, on to the next one from the Awesomes. Russell or Bill, who's better? Your number one option. I'm so happy I just get to decide to play moderator. Because dog, come on, man.
The one he put in all caps.
And so you feeling like he answered it himself while asking?
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm not about to.
We're gonna give you some time.
I'm not about to do a thesis on this. Like that was a silly question.
But and again, going back to this thing, not to keep harping on it, you told us in your question, so why ask? You also left out the question mark. So we appreciate your support. Next time, ask a question that you didn't already answer in your question. Quick little tip. This is from M. Appreciate y'all consistent production. Watching these after games has been a routine now. I know y'all like Rui since the draft, but remember when other Wizards fans want us to draft Sekou or Reddish instead? Crying, laughing emoji. It's on y'all.
Yeah. Especially Cam. Look, man, Cam talented. We're covering him in high school. The one thing that bugged the hell out of me is his motor. He ain't always show up, though. But in high school, you can get by with that if you 6'8" point guard, highly skilled and athletic. You can get by with your talent. No one's going to match up with you. You know what I mean? It was just too inconsistent and stuff for me, man. And you see it in the league. Bill Russell said it best about players, man. He said it doesn't matter what you have; it's what you do. It's what you do with what you have. And he don't always do a lot with what he has, man. You can't just fall in love with the talent. Talent don't mean nothing if he don't utilize it properly, man. It's just flashes. It's a tease, and having teases on your roster gets you unemployed.
Boy, we appreciate you guys' support. Thanks for the questions. During tomorrow's day off, I'm sure you guys will come up with some great ones. Look forward to see what you guys have for us following Thursday's game right here on Wizards Outlook. Y'all have a great night. For those of you staying with us for Within the Madness shows, just be patient. They're on the way. What do we got pulled up? We got the women's edition of Within the Madness coming up next. Both on the men's and women's side. The early games tonight, folks were it was formalities on the way to the Final Four. Folks had reservations. They showed up early. They were punctual, prompt, got people out the way, and I can respect that. I truly
I
respect
really
that.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Shout out to Gonzaga and South
Y'all the real
Carolina.
MVP.
Oh
Man.
man.
Like, it's so bad, even if we wanted to talk a lot, y'all made sure there wasn't much to talk about. Y'all said Final 40. We appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all handling business. See y'all in a little bit for Within the Madness again. This is Raymond Cardell Wilson for Wizards Outlook. We'll see y'all on Thursday. And I'm sure we'll have some interesting comments once again. As Ray said, never a dull moment covering this team. So only imagine what we have Thursday night.